So if you're the owner of a 1979 or newer Mustang and you're looking to replace the damaged or worn out seatbelts in your ride, then you might want to consider going with Corbeau's 3-point replacements. Now the Corbeau options will feature 2-inch military grade nylon webbing in a traditional 3-point design for right around $100 per side. Now the install itself will get a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches according to the site here and take you about 45 minutes or so to get installed. But be sure to hang out towards the end of the video and we'll show you how to get it done. So right out of the gate here, guys, I want to say these will essentially be a factory replacement for your Fox body, your SN95, S197, or even the newer S550 cars, and not an upgrade. Now, I know people hear the words Corbeau and think some fancy 4 or 5-point harness, and while they do offer plenty of those options here on the site, this product will not be that. Instead, again, if you have an older car and maybe the factory retractor has worn out, or if maybe you were in a light fender bender, it's a great idea to replace those factory belts. Now Corbeau does call these their universal fit options, and they say they will fit most cars out there thanks to their mounting style. However, just a quick heads up that I have seen some convertible owners mention their issues with the shoulder belt mounting location, so as always guys, never a bad idea to read up on the mostly positive reviews here on the Corbeau replacements before pulling the trigger for your ride. The seatbelt itself is a traditional 3-point style belt, which does include the single lap belt, of course, along with the single over-the-shoulder strap, which is going to feature the factory style locking retractor unit. Now the straps again are 2 inches in width and will be black in color, but they are sold individually, so just keep that in mind for right around $100. If you're looking to grab 2, just make sure you add 2 in the cart before checking out. But now let's talk about getting them installed. And to give you a better idea of what's involved for this job, here's a quick little walkthrough with a tool breakdown.
Tools used for this installation are as follows: a impact gun or a ratchet, a Phillips head screwdriver, or like I use, an electric screwdriver, a 14mm and a 16mm socket, a T50 Torx bit, and a panel prying tool. All right, now let's get started with the installation of our new seat belt, and to do that, well, we got to remove the old one. Now to remove the old one, we are going to have to take a few interior panels apart, and to do that, we're going to have to take our back seat out, which I went ahead and did already. Now to get the back seat out, there is 2 white clips. You got to push those in and lift the seat out. I'll show you those clips. Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to see me actually use the clips with the seat in place. They're just covered up by the seat. Now let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and slide our front seat as far forwards as possible and lift it as far forwards as possible. This way we gain access to all the hardware with no problem. Now here's those clips I was talking about under the rear seat. You're actually gonna reach in under the cushion and just push this in. That will release the pin, and then just lift up on the bottom of the seat and slide it out. All right, now to begin disassembly, our rear seat's out, that's out of the way. We're gonna use a T50 Torx bit. We're gonna remove this bolt here. That's the top of our retractor, and then we're gonna follow this belt all the way down to the floor and remove the other T50 Torx bit that's down there. Now I'm gonna use my impact gun. You can do this if you have only a ratchet. Just make sure you get a good T50 Torx bit. Don't use one that's too small. It will do damage to the hardware, and it's just gonna make life more difficult. Next, we're gonna have to remove this screw up here on our coat hanger. That way we can get this panel out of the way to pull this one out. Now that's just a Phillips head screw. You can do that with a regular screwdriver or an electric one. Just take your time. Now you just go ahead, reach up on the top of the panel and give it a light tug until you feel the clips release. What we're gonna do is just slide that out of the way because the rear seat belt is still attached to it. Now we have a couple push pins we have to release. There's a couple here along the back seat, and there's one up here in the side. I'm using a panel removal tool, go ahead and pop them out. Now you should be able to just grab the panel, pull it forwards, And now you have access to your seat retractor. Now with your T50 Torx bit, go ahead and remove the mounting bolt. Now your factory 3-point retractable harness is out and we can make way for the new one. All right, now we have our factory 3-point retractor harness out. We made room to get our new one installed. Now we're ready with our new retractor, and this goes together exactly how the old one came apart, except now we're gonna be using a 14mm socket instead of our Torx bit because we're gonna use the new hardware that came with the kit. Let's begin by installing the retractor. Now, once that's secured down, we can go ahead and get our panel back in place. And don't forget to put in all your clips. Once that panel is in and secured down, we can go ahead and get our quarter window panel put back in. And we can reattach our upper mount. Once again, tightening that down with a 14mm. Put that in and tighten it down. And don't forget to reinstall your coat hanger. Now with your T50 Torx bit, we're going to go ahead and remove our factory latch. Now with the factory latch out of the way, we can get our new one installed. All right, now our final piece to go on with the new supplied hardware, and tighten it down using a 16mm instead of our 14. And just go ahead and get your back seat reinstalled, and we're complete. Well, now our new seat belt is installed and we're ready to roll with better safety in our vehicle. Now, for more parts and videos like these, make sure you visit us at AmericanMuscle.com.